Testing, testing. Okay, I think we got sound now. Appreciate those in the chat. We're going to do a run through again. Um, yeah, the sound is working now. It wasn't your headphones, it was mine. My side of things. Sorry, guys. Sorry, everybody, for just tuning in. Let's start that over again. We are live with another episode of Collaborate and Pull Together, a podcast where we highlight all things positive on and off the table. Later on tonight, we're going to have joining me my trading partner, Dan Citrella, who is the mastermind behind getting us into Clean Cut Fitness. You saw that link earlier, but I'll bring it up again. He has supplied the gym with Mithril arm wrestling equipment. You can find them on Pull Heavy at on Instagram. They have an amazing array of different levels of gym equipment. My personal favorite is the cupping machine, as well as the side pressure machine, and a whole slew of great attachments. And where we train out of, you can check their gym out. Our gym is called Clean Cut Fitness, which is located within inside Pro Game Athletics, a huge athletic facility, over 1,500 square feet. It's going to be a site of future events that we're going to have tournaments, seminars, introduction to arm wrestling, as well as some referee seminars. So I look forward to sharing all that information. We have Dan Citrella will be on momentarily to share a little bit more about it. Let's see, we're having some technical difficulties, so I apologize. Bear with me. And anybody who has any questions in the chat, please feel free to send that over to me. All right, I'm not sure if that works, but we'll see. We're having some technical difficulties, but hey, Dan Plexman in the house. One of Canada's top arm wrestlers in the chat. What's up, man? How's it going? I'm going to be up in Canada next month, so hopefully I get to meet you finally. How's it going, Murphy? Thank you. Appreciate it. Not sure who Murphy is, but what up? Thank you for tuning in. Again, big shout out to Clean Cut Fitness, Mithril Arm Wrestling. Later on tonight, Steve Hernandez will be joining in with us, as well as Pork Chop, also known as Curtis Cameron from Canada, Ottawa High Hookers. Monster of a puller. Been doing this for some time. Got quite the history in the sport of arm wrestling. I'm going to be sharing the screen with him shortly. He's going to talk about his experience as well as what we have to look forward to next month. In the interim, while we're waiting, while we're waiting for our guest to show up, I do want to shout out my buddies up in New England with their launch of a new tournament, New England Arm Wrestling League Origins Tournament. If you guys want to go ahead and give them a follow, check them out. They got some big things going on with their tournaments. Aiden LeMay, Yusuf Wilson, and I'm blanking on the third gentleman's name, but definitely check them out. They really have taken a lot of good advice from many people across the board. I happen to love what they're doing with it. Yeah, so it's pretty cool. Pretty cool to see what they've been coming up with and taking this sport by the bull by the horns, proverbial horns. Let's see what we got in the chat. Okay, there you go, Murphy. Keep it going, man. Keep it going. And Dan, that's going good. I'm planning on Vegas. Yeah. Work life can always be a damper on plans like that, man. That's exactly what part of the reason why some of the things I couldn't go to work life and family life. But it is what it is. I gotta say I'm very proud of my son. I'm not going to be making it this year's Arnold's because, for damn good reason, my son entered in a um, he has entered in a talent show, and he's doing a comedy skit. So I'm looking forward to see what this kid does. Um, Definitely excited for that. I will say I am amped and ready to be on Mac 3. We'll talk a little more about that later. But in the end, as we're still waiting for some of our guests to show up, I'll put that pay-per-view up here. Um, it's gonna be I'm on the undercard for Auden Lorette versus Arden Taranenko, and I'm looking forward to smashing Danimal Labrie. I think I pronounced his last name right. But yeah, no, it's going to be a hell of a match. I met him at the Ottawa Open after poll back in 2023, and we had a lot of fun. And I look forward to seeing what his level up has been. So I know he's leveled up. Looking forward to share what I've done differently and learned. Yeah, the MAC tournament has a lot of different components to it that I'm excited about. We got the TAWF, MAC Tough, as Ian's been calling it, which is like a team battle. And it's not, there's going to be different weight classes represented, but it doesn't mean that they're going to be, they're all going to be going against the same guy in the same weight type of deal. They're going to be taking the light guy to the heavy. However, the heavy guy cannot pull down to the light guy. I'm excited to see this. This is a format that I've never actually witnessed as of yet. So I'm looking forward to it. Um, yes, Murphy, he is in Ottawa High Hookers. He's actually the host of Ottawa High Hookers. So I got my work cut out for me. And yeah, he is a beast. We when we danced at the after pole because he was in a lighter weight class and I was a heavier one. When we danced in the after pole, we were at a stalemate. We were at a standstill. So now we're closer in weight together, and we want to see how it runs out. Um, I know he's got a wicked hook. I know he's got a even more deadly King's move, King's hook, if you may. And I've been training my ass off to keep him as far away from that as possible. And then also a little bit to play around with it, see if I can play in where his wheelhouse is, because that's one of the things I like to do. I like to find out where people are strongest and see if I can hold a candle to it. We're having some technical difficulties with Dan. It looks like he will be joining me later on. Uh, he'll be there about 15, 20 minutes, it looks like. So, what are, if anybody's predictions are for this upcoming MAC 3 event? Ian Carnegie, JJ Jackson, Jason Constantini, and Alex Keary have been working together. You know, we have Major Arm Wrestling Championships partnering up with Table Monkeys to bring to us this epic card and event, because it's actually a three-part event. There's the TAWF, which is the team battle. Then it's a super match card, which yours truly is on. And I just recently saw that Raymond Lipens, Coach Ray, is going to be on that. So it's an honor, an absolute honor to be on the same card as him. Um, and then after that, there's a no elimination tournament. Now, some people may think, oh, that's going to be a long day of arm wrestling. But from what I'm hearing is that we're going to be doing the no elimination tournament with MAC rules on MAC tables. So I look forward to seeing that being an expedited experience. I look forward to really learning how it runs because I'm hoping to replicate the success that I'm anticipating here at a future event on Long Island out of Program Athletics, huge facility. And we're gonna have barbecues, a possible food truck, and there's gonna be things for every member of the family to enjoy. Competition for the kids, competition, little maybe strongman and grip training style events, little side events. We try to make it a little something for everybody. What does so auto strap means that if somebody calls for a strap and if both pullers agree to the strap on the first pull, every match there and after is automatically strapped. So it doesn't matter if they don't want to do it anymore. It's something that they've signed on for. They said, hey, I want the strap. You can't kind of say, oh, I don't want the strap anymore. Um, yes. So if you go to the link, take your phone right here and you click on this link right here, it takes you to that specific pay per view, but they have every previous pay per view that they had on that link. So you can go ahead and go backtrack and find every previous event that they had. It was a pay per view, Mac 1 and Mac 2. And then also on their Facebook page, let's see, I'm pretty sure I have the link their Facebook page as well. Let me just double check that for you guys. Yep, here we go. Major Arm Wrestling Championship Facebook page will give you links to everything that they've been doing. Definitely worthwhile checking out. I think that these guys are the future of sport. Much like that guy with the basketball who expedited the sport of basketball by cutting off the bottom of the net. Um, and that analogy rings so true to me. I happen to love the idea and the concept of that they've expedited the sport. They can have a lot of super matches in a very compressed amount of time and it still be entertaining and people understand what's happening. It's not just like, it doesn't feel rushed. It doesn't feel like it's, something that was hurried along. And from what I hear from other athletes that have been, talking about it, which, I'll have a couple of people who have competed on the MAC table on the show in the weeks to come, that it has been an enjoyable experience. They feel like they can do a lot more arm wrestling. They're not fouling out. They're not fouling to take a loss. And as I personally I hate taking losses to fouls. But B, I hate winning on fouls, to be honest with you. I don't like it. I want to arm wrestle, man. I come to the table to arm wrestle, not to see my opponent foul out and take a loss in that way. I want them to take a loss because I pinned them. I want to take a loss because they pinned me. But if it's a game of attrition and somebody fouls because they're getting tired, I think that's not arm wrestling anymore. You know, I'm not a believer of that. Oh, let's see, who do we got here? Aha! We got what's up, man? Thank you for joining us tonight.
How's it going?
How's it going, man? Are you looking stronger than ever, man?
Yeah, I feel really strong. A little tired. I've been up since 3 a.m., so bear with me here. My memory's kind of going to shit here, but I'm here.
That's quite all right, man. Quite all right. I won't keep you too long then. I do know a couple other guys are going to be joining the show in about 10, 15 minutes. So
no worries.
They'll jump in and chime on and keep the energy up for us all.
Are you excited with your match with Danimal?
Oh, my God. I am so freaking fired up for it, man. I can't wait. I was just telling everybody who's watching that I met Danimal about 2 years ago. Yeah, 2023. At Ottawa Open.
Oh yeah.
I came back to the Ottawa High Hookers Training Center, which is his house, and we after pulled, right? And we hit stalemates. We were hitting stalemates. Like there was nobody who's a clear, decisive winner between him and I. And I mean, obviously, we were both exhausted from the match. She got first place in the tournament. I got third place. And it was an interesting experience for us both. So we've been kind of in each other's ear, trying to figure out how to make it work. And thankfully, Ian made it happen. Ian and JJ.
It's finally happening. That's awesome. Awesome story there. How
Yeah,
long have you been arm wrestling? I don't know a lot about you, so.
that's quite all right. Yeah, listen, ask us many questions with this. This is a two-way interview, man. I've been arm wrestling since 2020, September 2020. I started as an amateur. I came into the sport at I was 270 pounds, lost over 100 pounds in the sport.
Oh wow.
And yeah, I was a big boy. I was a big boy, but my frame could not hold that, man.
Yeah.
Um, and yeah, I jumped into the pro about after a little less than a year in the sport, and haven't turned back since.
Awesome, man. Yeah, I'm
So I'm gonna
7 years. I started in 2018, so I'm almost
okay.
7. It'll be 7 years by March.
So you were one of the ones that started right before COVID
Yeah,
and got slammed by it. How did that overall experience change your experience as an arm wrestler?
it changed a lot. Like, so I was typically always going to the gym and using my handles at the gyms, but then they closed the gyms. So then I was like, man, I got to do something. I can't go to the gym now and work out. I was just stuck in my apartment. And
Hmm.
so I ended up just getting a table, and a guy by the name of Louis Broussard at the time was building tables that's a standard to spec table with a pulley system, customized. So I ended up getting the table off of him and the pulley right when COVID hit. So that's when I just started doing arm wrestling mainly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, how did you find arm wrestling in the first place?
I literally was starting to see it on YouTube, a little bit of Devin, John Berzink stuff I can remember seeing, and I just was like, man, I'd like to try it. So I just ended up going on Facebook, typing in arm wrestling tournament, and I actually, like you said, you were at the Auto Open when you met Dan. That was my first tournament. Well, the Auto Open in 2018 was my. I just found it on Facebook and I kind of just showed up out of nowhere, and been doing it ever since.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Auto Open, that's a hell of a tournament to cut your teeth on in the sport of arm wrestling.
Yeah, and I didn't really know. Like, I just pulled open. I think I was 252. So I think
Woo.
my second match was Devin. Devin was my second match of the
Oh no.
yeah. He was the only guy that I knew. Like, I ended up arm wrestling like the national champion for Quebec at the time, Andre Paquette, and I gave him like a 35-second match. I think I won 3 and lost 2 or something like that. So I did really well, and I ended up winning this award called the Breakout Puller. So yeah, it was kind of cool.
That's very cool, man.
Yeah,
So what has been one of your biggest accomplishments in your journey in the sport of arm wrestling?
I'm gonna say the last probably. Well, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 super matches I've won in 8 weeks.
Wow.
So
Talk about active.
yeah, and they're all lining up 3 weeks, 4 weeks apart. So now Mac. So I was just in UK in January, mid January. So I did Mac 2 in December. And then I did UK for the Commonwealth 115 kg belt. I had 2 matches there, and I won both those matches over in UK. So like everything, and now I have this lined up. So like I got 3 kids too. Like you wouldn't believe, I'm just trying to train, trying to balance everything. It's hectic, but I've stuck to it. I haven't given up. I have a system, and I'm eating better, no alcohol right now, and
Beautiful.
I'm training. I'm a little bit lighter. I'm like 249, 250 at night. That's full. So I'm a little bit leaner, more healthier, feel great. I'm almost 39, so just getting into my prime.
Wow. Yeah.
But no, I feel good, and I'm really excited for these matches. Jason Constantini, Tiny, we've had plenty of matches against each other. If I can remember correctly, I don't think I've ever lost to him, but since the first time I pulled him, he's been hunting me. He's been wanting to beat me for a long time, and I'm great. I'm just glad, I like the guy, and I enjoy giving him the opportunity to see if he's leveled up, and I've leveled up as well. So we'll see. Has he closed the gap yet, or will my record remain perfect against him?
So that would be freaking amazing. Feather in the cap. You know, as I had Jason on the show before you, though. I gotta lean over to being a fan of him to see, hoping that he's the underdog, right? I'm a big underdog fan, so listen,
Yeah.
I I have followed your career though. You had an injury a couple of years back, right?
Yeah, I tore my distal at East versus West right off. So they went in, great surgery. God, I was arm wrestling within 8 months. I was competing again.
Holy guacamole!
Yeah, like it wasn't up to strength. I feel like just the last. So when did that happen? Was that? Sorry, my dates are messed up. Just so busy. I think it was in 2023 is when I tore it mid.
I
So
think that sounds about right.
yeah, that sounds about right. So it's been what, 2 years now.
Okay,
So so now it's getting where it
you got.
doesn't
I
it doesn't
mean,
hurt
you
anymore.
haven't as many super matches as you had of late. You're putting the workload in.
It's
Let's
it's
keep it up.
it's volume. Like you have to keep. If you rest too much, it's not good. Like for me, as long as I don't get injured and I just keep going and keep doing the things I'm doing right now, it just seems to be working. I could never
Okay.
think a couple of years ago to do four super matches in 8 weeks. It's just not really, you know what I mean, at a decent level. And I've been able to do it, and now I'm going another notch up. So I just have to be smart. And man, I'm just looking forward to seeing what happens.
That's awesome, man. So we have a question from the chat about a video recently about you holding Devin with two hands with at a practice. Was that real? Or was that like what
Uh,
was that?
I didn't know there was a video of anything, but yeah, like Devin, he hit such a crazy level that. Oh, sorry, I lost. Sorry about
Oh
that.
no,
Yeah, no, we're good. We're good. I have a kind of Jimmy rigged here. He got so strong that it was basically our one arms weren't enough, and we had to go to two arms. Like that's just how strong he really was. And I've
that's
never,
good.
the 7 years I've been pulling with him, I mean, I've leveled up. I've went down. I've leveled up. I feel like he just keeps going up. And he was so strong. I don't know how to explain it. I've never felt him ever like that in my life. It was crazy how he could just arm wrestle everybody with two arms. As you
That's
can see in the
insane.
match with Gennady, it really wasn't close. If they would have had the ready goes quick and just, it would have been like this every match. At
Every
least
match,
Devin
yeah.
did kind of hold him and make it look good. But if Devin wanted to, he could
Well,
have just went boom.
that's the one thing I love about Devin. He's a showman. He wants to make it
Yeah,
more appealing and make it look sexy. One of my former employers said, "Listen, anybody can do these jobs that we have. Anybody can do this role, but it's our job to make it as sexy as possible, make it look good, as possible, and feel really good about us being the ones doing it. So,
exactly.
if you have it in the tool set, why not?
Yeah, no, for sure. Like all the training you put in, like it takes crazy training and commitment, and then it feels good to when you can actually just hold somebody and look at them, and have some fun. It's really rewarding.
So, out of curiosity, who would be your top two or three inspirations in that sport?
Inspirations, man. Who have I met? I've met so many people. I couldn't really narrow it down. Like there's so many people that inspire me, honestly. It doesn't have to be the most strongest, the most popular arm wrestler. It could be the bottom tier guy, but they have that drive and passion, and it's just a more of a family thing for me. I think I don't know. To name people, I don't really I couldn't really name. I've met so many people, if that hopefully that you know
No, that
obviously,
right there,
like
like
Devin's there. He's an inspiration. You watch him, man. That guy can do that. Todd Hutchins. I mean, yeah, guys like Todd Zilla. I think, man, I could pull like him. Look at his age. 60. John Brzenk. Obviously, the list goes on. You know,
that's true.
like
Yeah,
Todd Zilla. Todd Zilla. He is pretty amazing what that man's doing. And he started, I think, when he was like 35. So
yeah,
that's
yeah.
an
You start when you're
inspiration
35.
right there for me. I started when I was 31. So like maybe if I can stay healthy, maybe I can be like a Todzilla by then. Who
I'm
knows?
in the same boat, man. I started, I'm 38, so I
Yeah,
started at 33.
yeah.
So if I can stay healthy, I could be right up there.
That's and you know what? Just hold on to that. If you love doing something, why give up? So many people give up. Oh, because of this, because of that. I mean, I have it lucky. I have a really good woman at home that allows me to train. Believe me, it's not always easy. I have to balance it and try to do things the best I can to help her. Without her, I wouldn't be winning like I've been winning. This last couple of years have been really, she's been really the rock at home that enables me to do this.
Amen to that, brother. Because I have my other half, and my son. You know, when I talk about inspiration, my son is my biggest inspiration.
Absolutely.
He's been there from the very beginning of that newbie 3 month, 4 month pains and aches. He was
Yeah.
sitting there encouraging me to keep going, and
Yeah.
I'm a licensed massage therapist, and my wife,
Yeah.
she's also one, and she's helped me with different recovery methods and
Yeah.
encouraged me to just to keep going. So
Yeah.
it's important to have that, man.
And so many guys quit when they feel that pain. Like I can remember leaving practice. I'm in my car, turning the heat on, turning the cool air on, windows up and down. I'm fucking in agony. You know how it is, man. I'm
Oh
in
yeah,
agony. I get home, I'm running my hands under boiling hot water and my wrists, like just to alleviate. I'm thinking both my bones are all cracked, everything's completely busted, and like pulling Devin hardcore, at his level, you're trying to give him all you got there. You feel that.
without a doubt. We actually have a possible future opponent for you in the chat. One of my local guys here on Long Island, Paul Cruz. Does that name ring any bells to you?
Yeah, yeah, I've heard his name. Yeah, it came up with Ian. Definitely. I'm sure I'll
That is
see.
a match I would love to see.
Yeah, I know I'm scheduled in June. I'm supposed to be pulling Mega Mike in Arizona.
Okay,
Yeah, I've been
that's a
talks
big
with that
one.
right now. They're gonna get me. I'm gonna go down to Arizona and pull Mega. I really want to do the USA a lot, a few times this summer, and then I work seasonal work, so I have more time right now in the winter time. But the winter, I really want to hit more events over where you guys are.
Absolutely, man. We'd
My
love to
goal.
have you.
Canada. I've done Canada too long now, and I need to venture.
Hey, you got Dan Plexman in the chat as well, saying that he's inspired by the older guys, the older generation, the old war
Yeah.
horses in sport at 51 years old. God bless you, man. I want to be
Yeah.
51 years old and still at the sport like you.
And you look at regular Joes in their 50s and 60s, they're just not built like arm wrestlers. If you look at arm wrestlers, like look at Crazy George. Guys that arm wrestle typically seem to really have longevity. I mean, you know, I don't know if
Yeah.
it's just me, maybe because we're around it, but I feel like, man, when you look at a 50-year-old arm wrestler versus a 50-year-old that doesn't really do anything, it's just like, wow. I mean, unless they're in the gym, I guess, but other than that.
Yeah, no, there's really no other sport, mainstream
Yeah.
or not, that you
Yeah.
see people that are maintaining that activity.
And maintain that high level. Like in boxing, when you're that age, you're not. Arm wrestling, though, it's completely on the other, like it's completely opposite on the
Yeah, I think the
spectrum
older
there.
they get, the better they are.
Right? It seems like it's the opposite effect than any other sport, which is pretty awesome, to be honest.
I will say this though, of late, there's been a lot of young guns popping out of the woodwork, like even locally, that literally 20 years old. He's been in the sport for a little over a year, and he's demolishing some of the top in the class. So,
It's not
like, where does he
surprising.
come from?
It's really not surprising now. There's so much access to arm wrestling and teams and guys that show up to practice. Oh, I'm only, even their first practice, they already know how to arm wrestle. They already know all the fundamentals. So when you're that young, you
Yeah,
absorb everything that much more quicker when you're young, right?
that's true.
So
That's
like
true.
even to,
You
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 gotta
definitely
even just to go to a tournament now. There's so. many more pullers and such a higher level that you got to watch. You could have a hard match, and all of a sudden you're getting pinned by some no-name guy, and then all of a sudden he's ranked here and there. So you gotta, it's quite the sport. I love it.
Just, just for our viewers and anybody who's tuning in, we got Pork Chop here. He's going to be on the card with me for the Mac 3 event. We got the pay-per-view link right here. Take your phone, take a screenshot of it. It'll take you right over to the pay-per-view channel. And, it's going to be, it's a part of a much bigger event, which is awesome. I love that, the name of my show is Collaborate and Pull Together because I think that if we all work together, we can have bigger, better events across the board.
For sure.
And I think that with a partnership of Major Arm Wrestling Championships and Table Monkeys, these guys are going to really blow it out of the water and really, pave the way at the Mac 3 event that's paired with TAWF, TWAF. I got the spelling down wrong below, but they have a team battle between U.S. New York-based team and the Ontario-based team, and they're going to be going head-to-head with each other right before our super matches. I'm excited for that.
Is it before or after? Is it before?
I think it's before. I think we're kicking off the event with that, and then we have the super matches, and then we have the tournament afterwards, the no elimination tournament.
Oh,
have you participated?
Okay, that's separate. The no elimination separate. That's the gotcha.
That's the afterward. Now, have you ever been to one of their no elimination tournaments?
I believe I think I did one in Toronto, Table Monkeys. My memory, I've done so many, man. I can't remember them all. I think I did. So, I won the $500 or whatever, and yeah, I took the whole thing.
So check this. I don't know if you know this, but that tournament, they're gonna use Mac rules and a Mac table for the tournament. So it's gonna fly by even faster. Because you could speak to them better than me, but by way of experience, how quick do they fly by these matches?
It's very quick. Honestly, I think the set grip, close your thumbs, close your hands, go, is just perfect. I personally enjoy it. Slips, auto strap. And I believe in the rules, say you want the straps and your opponent doesn't, you can get a coin flip for the strap.
That.
You lose the coin flip. Okay, well, just slip then. So that's, you know what I mean? And it's auto strap too. So, if you're a strap puller, that's something you'd probably want to always want to read the rules and know kind of what's going on. 3 foul system,
With the auto strap too, if it goes to straps in the first round, are the rest of the consecutive rounds in strap?
Yes.
I like that. Because
honestly,
you're not wasting any time.
It goes so efficiently. If there's any discrepancies, it's pretty friggin' quick. It's close your thumbs, close your hands, and you go, man. You don't mess around. The moment you start second guessing yourself, you can get yourself in trouble. You gotta commit.
Yeah, you go up there and ready to blast.
Know your rules, man.
Hell yeah. So, got another question for you from Murphy. How many people do they average at the Ottawa High Hookers practice?
Oh, man. It's really been, on average, I'm going to say 20, 25 to 30. Ooh.
That's a big numbers right there. I love it.
There's a lot of guys I don't even know. Like, I know them, but don't even know their name because there's just so many guys, young teenagers now, and there's even your old guys that come still and stuff. Like, it's all age ranges, and there's just so many. They're coming in so fast you can't keep up.
That's awesome. I love hearing that. I just started a gym with a buddy of mine who'll be on the show hopefully in a little bit. We have this gym out of a strongman gym where we have dedicated arm wrestling equipment from Mithril arm wrestling equipment. And this is state-of-the-art stuff, man. And we're attracting kids, their parents, to people, practices are growing. I mean, some practices we only have 5 or 6 people because we just started earlier this year,
Yeah,
but sometimes we have about 20, 30 people showing up.
absolutely. That's amazing.
I,
No,
I
it's
love it.
so much going on right now. There's so many promotions, so much competitions, and all levels, and that's awesome that way. And you just keep going, and just wherever it takes you, man.
Speaking of the devil, we have my training partner, Dan Citrella, here on screen with me. Um, what's up, buddy? Thank you
What's
for
going on, my
tuning
man?
in to
Today,
join us.
What's going on, big dog?
good buddy, you?
Not too bad. I was listening. I heard how you got your start and everything.
Oh
What are
yeah.
you saying? I wish I was 30. I just turned 41 on Wednesday. I wish I was 31 when I started.
and when did you start? It was recently.
6 months ago, 8 months ago. With yeah,
Yeah,
I
it's
met Dan. I mean, of course, I actually had my ex-wife's one of her good friends. Her husband was a on the WAL, the arm wrestle, and you're talking now, 12 years ago. So I
yeah,
knew about it, but I never took it seriously. And of
yeah.
course, when I was in the best shape of my life, I didn't do that. But it is what it is.
Hey man, when it comes to arm wrestling, you see how old the guys are, so you're still young in the game technically.
Yeah, well, that's what I was laughing at when Dan was like, I'm 38, 37, and I'm like, shit, I'll take that again.
You're still you're not too far away really.
No, no, but
No.
still. How you doing? You're all amped up for Canada because I'll be coming up there too. Oh well, he is in Canada, so I should say, are you all amped up for Mac 3?
Are you talking to me or Dan?
Yeah. No,
No, I'm talking to you.
Oh, okay. Because you said I was confused there. Yeah, no, I'm pumped, man. I can't wait. I can't wait. I'm training. I'm ready to roll. I'm ready.
Nice. Yeah.
are you going to
Jerome
compete in the
I'm,
Jerome
tournament as
Loud.
well?
What's that?
Are you going to compete in the tournament as well?
No, I don't think so. I don't. I mean, if you pull two super matches, what's the point of going into the
That's
tournament,
right.
right?
You got Jerome Loud too. That's right.
Yeah, to like pull a guy like Jerome Loud and then go into a tournament, it's just not really, you know.
Not a good idea.
Yeah.
that's a tournament of its own.
I'm just look. Somebody's gonna, get their cameras out there and oh look, I pinned him, and they don't know any context. You know how it is. But no,
And
Now,
to answer
are
Dan
you on?
Flexman's question, yes.
Is he on the? Are you on the team aspect also?
me,
Yes.
no. I know guys that are on the team, but like Jonathan Prue, he's from my club. He's on the team. I'm not sure who else, but I have no part of that other than I'll be there cheering.
Okay.
I'm
I'm
excited for
just the
that part of
super.
the
I'm
event.
only. I'm just the super matches. I got my hands full. Jerome Loud, Apex Predator. He looks real mean. He's really good. Looks like he's got a big, strong hand. So yeah, that's. I got my hands full.
We got one left and one right.
Yeah, Jason Constantini out of Toronto,
Yeah.
left
Mm.
arm. We've pulled quite a bit together. In
Yeah, you were
and
saying
out.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's been
So,
chasing me a while.
How do you
and
think
what do
your
you
matches are going
weigh?
to run?
Sorry.
How do you think your matches are going to run?
How are my matches going to run in terms of what, like, how I think it's going to go?
Yeah, how do you think they're going to go, man?
Hey, man, I'm just going to close. When they say close your thumbs, close your hands, I'm going to go and we're going to see what happens.
I
Good answer.
like it.
Yeah.
I like it. Um,
Have
do you have any worries or concerns about their strengths, what their powers are? Do you feel like have you been training to their style, or you just been training just how you train?
I feel that the training I've been implemented myself the last 6 months has really been working well. So I've really simplified everything. I don't like to overcomplicate everything and oh maybe they'll be stronger here, maybe they'll be. You start micromanaging everything, then you start doing stupid lifts to try to compensate for that. I've really simplified it to like one, two, maybe four or five lifts, lots
Okay.
of bands, just lots of movement, consistency, and I believe in my training right now. I believe in myself, so I'm not really worried about too much of what they're gonna bring.
That's fair.
Hopefully that answers that.
No, it absolutely does. Um, how overall with the arm wrestling community, how has it influenced your overall life journey?
Man, I've met so many great people, so many close connections now, guys I call brothers, families. If you're in trouble, you need somebody help, you give them a call, they're there. They call you, you're there. Yeah, man, just amazing. It's benefited my life. It fulfills that little. I always like strength stuff and being, competitive. I played hockey growing up. I always need something to kind of contain, the way I am. And arm wrestling has just been really good for me.
I couldn't agree more. That's my experience as well in the sport, man. You know, the camaraderie of it is next to nothing. It's
It's
been quite
amazing.
compared to
It's
it.
amazing. Even the bad in it, it's like, okay, that's all right, You learn from it, whatever, or even everything. You learn from whatever you do in arm wrestling. If you make mistakes, you'll learn, you get better. Just there's so many things that can help you, you know,
Without doubt.
on all levels.
Yeah.
Dan, you had a question for him?
Well, I was just asking, what are you running your weight wise for your super matches?
Me?
Yeah.
So I have to be 250. He said 253 with clothes on. So I'm sitting right now. I'm around 249, 250 at night,
Okay. At
which
night.
is actually light for me, but it's mainly I'm not starving myself by any means. Basically, now what I do is I eat to survive. I eat for protein. I eat the stuff I need. I don't try to overindulge too much anymore. That starts pushing me up to 260s. So I'm just more about health now, and I eat better. So my weight, there's no effect. I feel really good where I am right now. I can breathe. My cardio stamina's better. Less water, leaner. I'm stronger. I feel in my mind. I feel in general everything tells me I'm stronger. My lifts, everything. So
Everything's
this is a
everything's working.
this
Everything's
is a
working
good a
together.
good good weight for me.
Okay. That's good.
250 perfect weight. 150
Feeling
take
healthy is always crucial, man.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've cut out the alcohol, like I've made a lot of changes in my diet. That's really important.
Oh,
I mean,
absolutely.
the odd time, yeah, you'll have one, whatever. But I do it more on a level of afterwards. After my matches, I'll celebrate a bit, but then get back to the discipline. And
Yeah.
I've noticed that's made a difference.
And you said you do seasonal work. What type of work you do?
I work for we have one of the biggest Eastern construction companies. I do actually asphalt. I drive like service
I
truck, pull a trailer,
I worked at
work.
the asphalt plant for 10 years, bro.
There you go. So yeah, I've been paving 15 years.
Okay. Yeah,
I
I'm 15 years in the union, yeah. God
yeah,
bless.
I'm in the operators union, but I labor as well. I rake, shovel. I don't know if you've ever raked asphalt, but it's not like raking soil or
No. Oh yeah. You don't have
granule.
to tell me that. That's why we get paid more as a raker.
Exactly. Yeah, yeah. Raker men. There's good ones and bad ones. Some play with it too much, bring all the stone out of it. It's really an art.
Yeah.
It's truly
People
an
don't
art.
realize it. The other laborers think it's easy. It's an art. It's not.
Yeah, no, raking's definitely an art.
Now let me ask. See, now this is the part. Now, are you dominantly left or right when you're digging a hole?
So I'm left-handed. I write with my left.
Okay, so if you're digging, are you digging from
So
the left or you digging from the
my
right?
my left hand's at the bottom.
Your left hand's at the bottom. Okay, now let me ask you something. Did you, when you first started, did you feel that you were more mechanical on your right side than your left side?
I do a lot on my right side when it comes to like mechanical, a lot more.
That proves my freaking point.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
like if I'm using scissors, I'm right hand. If I'm
Yeah,
throwing,
but
I'm
I'm
right.
saying I'm shoveling. My left hand's on top, and I'm more mechanical lefty, but I'm righty predominantly.
See, yeah, so you're just the opposite of me.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
right-handed. I'm right-handed, and it does a lot of more technical stuff. My left hand is just like raw power, and you could even tell how strong it is by looking at it. You would think that my left hand look is weak in comparison.
yeah,
You'll see it in a couple of weeks, but
yeah.
my
My
left
right
hand
hand's
actually does
bigger.
fairly well.
I don't know if you can see, but my right hand is bigger.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know if you can notice. They're
Yeah.
both pretty, but the right hand is.
Yeah. That's the one that's taking the
Yeah,
beating, and my left hand takes the beating.
Mine are all
it's
chewed up.
interesting, crazy.
See, that is just funny how it's like because I feel like I set up better on my left, but I'm stronger on my right because I'm predominantly right.
They have their Mine are my left's better in some ways. My right's better in certain ways. It depends.
Yeah, that's funny. And now, did
Any
you did you have a lifting background before you started arm wrestling? Did you lift heavy?
I never power lifted. Like I did a few like these small little like at festivals, the little bench press and deadlift comps I've done, and but never really like powerlifting. But I always enjoyed watching strongman as a kid and powerlifting stuff, so I kind of always followed that. And I think I started in the gym when I was like 15, really starting
Okay,
to lift. And yeah, but I just was always in the gym really, and just I never really competed much. Like never was a bodybuilding. Arm wrestling's kind of like other than playing hockey and different sports, arm wrestling has been my main thing now, I would say. I'm glad I
yeah,
found it when I did.
awesome.
It's
Definitely a
changed my
time-consuming
life.
sport too.
I've traveled. I've met great people. I never thought I'd be just going to Ireland and then UK and Turkey. I'm going to go to Arizona in the summer, and now I'm just trying to enjoy.
It's
Enjoy
gonna be
what
hot
life's
there,
throwing
man.
at
It's
you.
gonna be real hot in Arizona.
Like the goal is gradually, like as my kids get older, they're coming with me. The family's coming. Right now, it's mainly me. It's just my wife's got the house held down. Thank God for her, or I wouldn't be able to do this.
Hell yeah.
That's definitely super important to have that kind of partnership.
What are we? I got 11-month-old boy, and then I got
Oh,
6-year-old
Congrats,
and
man.
an 8-year-old. Yeah,
how? What are your others?
8.
Yeah, I
They're
got a
already
7-year-old.
they're already taller than me. The 8 and 6-year-old. They're already 3/4 my height.
Oh
Oh wow,
wow.
Yeah,
Yeah, I got a 10-year-old at home here with me, and he's
he's a
growing like a
mini
freaking
Dan.
sprout by way of
He's a mini Dan.
personality
He
and
literally
physically.
is.
that's awesome.
But
I love kids.
so
Kids are great.
you know what? To the future, right? The future of everything that we're doing, whether it be the sport or whatever they end up wanting to do. And
Yep.
I was telling everybody before, due to family, I'm not able to or work. I'm not able to come in and do the Arnold's this year, and I have a damn good reason because my son entered himself in a talent show, and he's doing a comedy skit, which I'm super proud of.
Awesome.
Um, I get to be a part, be there. I'm going to record him. I'm going to use my recording
Yep.
skills
Yeah.
to record him, and be there to support him. I'm
Yeah.
excited.
He'll always remember that.
And I'm excited, like that he even had the courage to do it, something like this. That right there in itself is a blessing.
Did
My
you
kids
have
are
to
true, but
like? Did you have to prep talk him at all, or? to get the
So
credit.
okay. So the funny thing is, when he was younger, he was into dance, and he actually had stage fright to the point where he froze in the middle of the act,
Oh yeah,
and he avoided the stage like the Black Plague for a while. And then he came up to us and told us that he was interested in doing this, and we're like, okay. We encouraged him. Just remember, this is something you enjoy doing. It doesn't matter who's looking at. He said, I
yeah,
know, I know, I know.
yeah,
And he actually he took a box of cards that had about 100 or so dad jokes, and he took 10 of them and he made his own storyline with 10 jokes. And it's like a cohesive and very well thought
yeah.
out storyline that's really a knee slapper. And had me, in stitches hearing it, maybe laughing like nothing else. And I, for one, you guys get younger kids. As years progress, you're going to see their creativity flow, and it's amazing.
Oh, absolutely. I'm enjoying it. Tough when they're babies, but once they,
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
but then when they're
oh
not
yeah,
squishy and cuddly anymore, they're like sticks. When you hug them, you want them all squishy again, right?
yeah.
I got
And
Oh
my
then
yeah,
they want nothing
especially
to
twins
do,
with
now.
and then they want nothing to do with you. You know.
exactly right there, that part
Yeah,
right there.
absolutely. By the time they're, 15, 16, they're everywhere but at home.
Yeah. They just want money and food, and that's it.
Yeah, they're giving it up for everybody else but their parents, right?
Yeah.
you
We were
know,
all there.
Oh
I
yeah,
gotta say, I, I I started him young on the job idea. He does work around the house. He takes care of certain chores, and so instead of giving him an allowance, I give him a commission. And now the commission gets loaded onto his own debit card that has a savings account linked to it. And so he actually does he has his own app that he transfers money over. He tracks it. He tracks his chores being done, and he'll be like, I'm gonna take you guys out to lunch. Lunch is on me. My treat type of deal. You guys pay for enough for me. It's hysterical because he's
wow,
genuinely interested in doing that for us. I'm like,
that's
okay,
cool.
slow down. You're only 10, but I appreciate
Let's
it.
just hopefully he'll carry that on and on, right?
Right? That's the one hope
What
that
are
I
we
have right
having?
there.
Steak for dinner?
Where's the lobster tail?
Right. That's awesome.
That's amazing.
So, what's
Absolutely.
some of your predictions on matches? What do you think of the Artem and Auden match?
I think Artem's going to take this one home. As Auden has been up and coming, I think Artem just has a little more experience by way of like high level competition experience. I'm not saying that Auden doesn't have experience. I think he's got plenty of it, but the high level comp experience, I don't think he's got that. I don't think he's got the same mileage, if you may, same style of mileage, if you may, as Arden does.
He does pull a lot though, and he does pull a lot of high level guys. But yeah, if you look at it from a competition standpoint, but man, Auden's he's getting good, man. I'm looking forward to seeing where his level actually is.
I too, I really do too. I want to see what his ceiling is. I know
And
he's
I'm
been
telling you, like, I've pulled Auden in practice a lot, and I mean, if I'm tired, like if he can be problematic, man. He is no joke.
that
Yeah.
look, and that thing is like I know when people are tired at practice polls, it's practice polls. We can't necessarily take too much merit, too much stock in that pieces of
No,
information because I've had to pull both of them, and um, they were both very tired at the same time, and
it was that at
it,
Ottawa Open.
yeah, I pulled Auden at the Ottawa Open,
Yeah,
and
and how many? That was what 2 years ago, right?
that was 2 years ago
Yeah, I'm
exactly.
telling you, this kid is like night and day since then. I can tell you
Oh,
that. But
I pulled
and
him again at Atlantic City for a brief moment after pull,
okay,
and it was a complete different human at that point.
Yeah, well, look what he did to the Korean Hulk. So the Korean Hulk
Yeah.
was strong, and he took away his hand. When you don't have your hand, man, it's a fucking
Well,
hard climb.
we've seen, Artem though to get his hand taken like that and
That's the other
still
thing. The
pull
side
off a
pressure.
win.
The side pressure is scary for Auden for sure, and I'm
And
looking forward to seeing how Auden deals with that.
that's where I think that Artem's going to take him. He's going to throw him into something with side pressure, and he's not going to figure out how to navigate around that kind of power, that kind of pressure.
And I want my boy Auden to win. I'm really looking forward to this.
So, and then we got Alan Ford and Doug Allen.
Yeah, I have a good. I've pulled both these guys. I've never pulled
Yeah.
Allen though. I've never pulled Allen in a competition yet, but I've practiced
No.
Allen a lot. I've pulled Doug Allen in competition. I
Doug
just pulled
Allen is a
Allen Ford.
monster.
I pulled Allen Ford. What was it? 2 weeks ago? Week and a half ago? No, a week and a half ago.
Okay.
And he's pretty mega. He is pretty strong. He feels a lot stronger than, at least, than what Doug Allen felt.
All right. Well,
I wouldn't
that
be
might be Alan
surprised
Ford.
if Allen Ford just whacks Doug Allen 3-0 out of straps or in straps.
I think if Doug Allen catches the stop on Alan Ford, it can go to 3-2.
I'm telling you, man, Allen's hook's even strong right now.
Okay. I I want my boy Doug Allen because he's representing the states right now.
Of
So
course. I mean, I wish him the best, but
yeah.
I don't know, man.
The one thing I will say, he's got a pretty interesting claim. He's broken two pretty top level arm wrestlers' arms. I don't know. It's not saying
Yeah.
that's something to the feather in the cap type of deal. That's just like a testament to his strength, though.
And that was one thing for me when I was training for him. I knew that he broke Chafee's arm. Was it Chafee's arm?
Yep, he broke Chafee's and Roger Learn.
Yeah, and I didn't once ever think in my mind that Doug Allen. I thought he was going to be a harder match for me than what it really was.
That's
But
fair.
maybe it was the training and just everything came together. He didn't fare so well against Tiny either, right?
I actually don't remember. I don't think I saw that
Jason
match.
Constantini beat him left as well. I
Okay.
mean, I hope Doug can. I hope he can successfully come back. You know, it's hard when you get injured and it's tough sometimes.
Yeah. Without doubt.
He's like a really good guy. He's a fighter on the table. The guy doesn't stop fighting every round. He's a warrior.
No, yeah, he's definitely consistent in that regard.
I mean, I
He's
hope
a
he gives
warrior
Alan
there.
Ford a good fight. I really do.
Absolutely. Then we got Brad Grundy taking on Ole Danilov.
Yep.
I don't know anything about Ole, but I know Brad. I know Brad came off of a loss with Basho, so he's going to be coming with fire in his heart. I know that.
It's an interesting match. I think it's going to be closer than what people think. I think it's going to be a good match, in my opinion.
Okay.
I think it's. I'm going to favor Ole just a little bit, but just a
Yeah, I
little
don't
bit.
know enough about Ole to say anything about him. Then we got Rick Heidrich versus Philip Larson. I gotta say, Rick looks really strong, but Philip, I think, might be just too much.
He's a
I
big dude.
In a MAC rule setting, I think Philip might have the advantage because Rick
Mm-hmm.
can't really load into his hand and try to tire him out as much.
Yep.
And I've seen that. It's Philip Larson, right?
Yep.
He's really improved, man. He's just such a mega big guy and strong that he's just such a true super heavyweight of power, right?
Yeah. Insane.
It's only a matter of time, guys like him, just start crushing. They make Guys like me go, I'm getting the fuck out of that division, right? Sorry, I should have said.
I'm gonna go in the opposite direction. Yeah.
Like, I'll stay at 115 or below.
What does he weigh?
I don't even.
Philip, I can tell you in a moment. Give me a moment. Let's see if I can bring that up for you. Then obviously the next match after that would have been yours and Jason's. There we go. Yeah, Mako.
Mine and Jason's is just going to be straps for sure.
Yeah.
Because even if we do it without, he's just going to slip out. It's just gonna. I think it's gonna. I mean, I hope he's leveled up a lot. I know my left. I do everything with my left. Everything that I do with my left, I do with my right arm. So everything's pretty well balanced.
I thought didn't they put out the card for Philip? I thought they put the card out. Or maybe it's on Ian's Facebook. Give me a second.
I don't know. He's a monster, man.
Yeah, he's a monster of a human.
I'm gonna say he's what, like 400?
Yeah, you think so?
Probably. How tall is he? 6'7", 6'8"?
Yeah, he's a tall dude. There we go. He's 375.
Okay.
375. That's a big dude.
How
6'6".
tall is he? 6'6". There you go.
So that's still a big dude. That's a whole lot of human.
Yeah.
That's a whole lot of human. That's going to be a big match. Looking forward to seeing it.
That's a
It's a good match.
Really
then
good.
We got so we got your match. Then we got John Terrian versus Daniel Price. That's going to be an interesting match.
Who is he against?
Daniel Price.
Yeah. See, I'm not familiar that much with him.
So Daniel Price is, I believe he's out of Florida. I want to say he's in the south east, and he's a strong puller. He's been kicking around for some time, dominating the scene, doing fairly well down there. And I mean, John's got his work cut out for him with Daniel. I think that I know John pretty well. I met him. I was on the same part with him last year in Puerto Rico. And he dominated all of Puerto Rico. So, I mean, I think on paper, John Terrian, he dominated Puerto Rico.
Yeah, not surprising at all.
Like all of Puerto Rico, all the weight classes.
You always hear John Terrian's got his work cut out for him, but he always shines when that comes,
Yeah, he always does shine in any of that kind of conversation.
He's got a hand on him, man.
No doubt. He's definitely is. There's no easy day at the office when John Terrian's across the table from you.
Yeah. I've pulled him a few times in overalls.
What weight is he?
He's like a 198 guy.
Yeah, 200, 210 max.
Yeah, 210 max. But he started off as a 176 guy, so I'm glad he's well out of that weight class. I don't have to face him.
I can remember John Terrian when I first started in 2018 at the Ottawa Open tournament. They had that, I don't know how much the dumbbell was. It was that big, thick dumbbell, and it was whoever could pick it up or whatever. And I remember Terrian grabbing it and picking it up. And he was like 160, 170. I went, holy shit. I couldn't even pick it up at that time.
Damn. He's a beast. He's a beast by all. There's a reason why they call him Savage.
Damn right, he's the Savage.
And then it's my match against Danimal.
Yeah.
Best of 5. Best out of 5.
Has Pork Chop pulled Danimal?
Yeah. They traded the same site.
I traded with Dan. Yeah.
What was your question?
It's a good match, man. Dan has heart, man, and he's sticky.
So is Dan.
So that thing we both have very strong sticky spots. When I say we stalemated back 2 years ago, it was literally we could have sat there, had a cup of tea, left and come back and still be people would still be stuck there. We were like, okay, no one's winning this.
That's awesome. I can't wait. It sounds like it's going to be exciting from what you say there. Definitely. That tightens
Yeah,
it up a lot more.
I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it. I know he's been training
Two
his ass off. He's
Daniels,
gained
eh?
some weight.
The two Daniels.
Yeah.
Yep, Battle of the Dans.
Yeah, we had this little joke said that the winner has to get the loser has to get a name change.
Ooh, that's a good one. Yeah. Oof.
And then
And we
we
got
have
John
Coach.
Hutchison, who I faced up here in Puerto Rico. He's in the chat. He's saying, "What's up? What's up, John? Yeah, got a future match with him maybe at some point." And he's out of Florida. He's saying that Daniel Price is a unit.
Nice.
All right, so let's see who else we got in these matches. So we got then you again against Jerome Loud. We talked about that a little bit. This is a match that I'm looking forward to seeing: Matt Smith versus Mike Hitt. Do
Yeah, man,
you know
Matt.
anything about Mike Hitt?
I don't know a lot about Mike Hitt.
So Mike has this hit, and it's funny. His last name is. He's got this hit that it literally feels like a freaking bullet. Like it's just like this. His ball up is super wicked fast, but it's like a hook to high hook. It's just incredibly
So
powerful and fast.
Hit's his last name,
Yes, hit is his
and he
last name.
actually hits.
And he hits, and it's
He's known for his
explosive like
hits.
nothing else. He was born for this. He was
Was
born
he a
for this.
baseball? Was he a baseball player?
I don't think so. No, I don't think
When
he
you
was a
say like
baseball
his
player.
name, that's what I thought too. Like, does he actually have a hit, or is that his name? And that's funny. He actually has a hit.
He has a legitimate hit, man, and it has given many people, including myself, serious
And
trouble.
it's an inside hit.
Yep, it's an inside hit that's got explosive. Like it's faster than most people can contain. Like its speed is next level.
Hmm. I know Matt. I mean, I've traveled with Matt. I've pulled with Matt. I've watched Matt. I'm telling you, man, it sounds like it's going to be a good match if that's what that guy's doing.
I actually, so I dropped a little bit of weight in 2022. Yeah, 2023, 2020,
Yeah.
yeah, 2023. I was at 154 and 160 competing in that. And so actually I made it to Arnold's and I got fifth place at Arnold's and I didn't get a chance to pull with Matt there. And I've been wanting to pull Matt as well, as much as I've been wanting to pull Danimal. So
Yeah.
I told Matt he's got to get a little heavier if we're going to pull because I want it to be more fair. So I can't go back down to that weight class and get like 170 is the lowest I'll ever go, and that's what I'm
Yeah.
doing with Danimal. And
So that's what it
so
is. Your match is 170 with Dan.
170, 173 with close.
Okay.
So I know he's got to get massive to match up. So I know he's usually like a lighter guy.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's a good weight though. It's a good match.
Yeah, I usually walk around 178, 179. So 170 is not too big of a drop for me.
Dan's got a lot of muscle,
No, I know.
so
He
he
did
can.
then.
He'll be good. He'll be that weight. That's a good weight. I like it. It's gonna be a great match.
Looking forward to it. And we got two more matches. I don't know anything about these guys. Maybe you can give us some insight. Joseph Spoljar versus Shea Dickey.
I know Joseph Spolger better than Dickey. Spolger's really good, man. He's another guy. He's explosive, good arm wrestler, well rounded. Dickey had sounds familiar. Can't really think of anything right now on him. I don't know. But I've pulled Spolger a couple times in overalls, and he's another guy can't be messing around. You gotta pin him, you know.
Yeah, that's going to be it.
I think he's even got wins on Alan Ford as well.
Oh yeah. So
I don't
what
know if
weight
he
are they
would
calling
be.
that?
I don't think he would beat current Alan Ford, but I know he does have wins on Alan Ford.
So do you know what weight they're pulling at? Like 220s then? 230s?
No, it'd be lighter than that.
Okay.
Spolger. Yeah, no, that'd be. What's he weigh? He's be like Terrian's weight,
Okay, 198, give or take.
give or take.
Gotcha. Okay. And then we got a new add-on to the card. We got Coach Ray versus Rodriguez is the last name.
I've seen Rodriguez arm wrestle. He looks really good. I'm. I don't know if Coach Ray gets him in a hook. Might be problems, but I'm not too sure to be honest.
I
I'm
don't know
hoping
enough about Rodriguez to say anything about it.
Rodriguez is. I think he's newer. I don't know how many years he's been pulling. I'm trying to think. I've seen him though, and every time I've seen him pull, he's a threat to anyone in his weight, whatever weight it is. I guess they're light guys, 180.
We got a question about the Tyrion match versus Daniel Price. It's gonna be left arm best of three, best of five rather.
So it's a left arm match, not right.
Yeah, it's a left arm match.
Yeah. Let's see, Tyrion's right. I think's better.
Yeah. Oh, it's leaps and bounds better, I think. I mean, his left is good, but
Yeah, that changes things. Well, you never know.
yeah, I I'm excited for it all, man. I'm excited for it all, because the TAWF event, the super match that we're doing, and then the tournament afterwards. The tournament, actually, what we're planning on doing here locally is I have an annual summer kickoff event. It used to be like a barbecue super match series with a big practice. We're tagging on a tournament to it, and
Oh
Table
yeah.
Monkey's format of no elimination really, caught my eye this last year, and I was like, I want to do that. It sounds like a lot of fun. It sounds like, you get a lot more bang for your buck for arm wrestling, and
Absolutely.
that. So I'm going to replicate that process. So that's part of the reason why I'm like super excited. I get to see it firsthand. You know, I
For
get to
sure.
see it, and then I get to replicate it because I think it's a great novel concept that really will help encourage people to come out and play.
Man, the tournament, some of them, there's so many people. It's unreal. I like the MAC rules. It's just so quick and efficient. There's no messing around. I like where
Yeah.
they're going with it. I truly believe there's a spot for that in the future, like mainstream.
Yeah, we actually, I don't know if Dan filled you in, but we actually for our gym we acquired a Mac table.
Nice. Which
Yeah,
So
I
one?
haven't
now
shared with
The
that yet.
newest one or the
it's
first
actually
gen?
going to be one of the ones that we will be having Mac 3 on.
Okay. It just came or it's coming?
I believe it's in the process of being made as we speak.
Oh, okay. Nice. Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it's
a
gonna be one of the
So
newer ones.
really, yeah, because the newer ones are a little different now.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
it's definitely going to be one of the newer ones because it's going to be one of the tables used at the event. So
Yeah, no, they're nice tables, man. Lots of freedom on them. It's really nice design. It's really
yeah,
ergonomically friendly. There's no
would
cuts,
you
not square edges.
would you
yeah.
say that there's one style of arm wrestling that table caters to, or is it kind of like just anybody can benefit from it?
I think I don't really see the huge advantage of an inside or now. I think it's just the way the rules are. Close your thumbs, the no loading. I think it's just everybody has a fair. How could I say it? Like a fair start. So like, there's not really any advantages that way. Stylistically, maybe when you get engaged, I don't. I mean, you have more pad to drag back. You have more elbow to move forward. I think there's really no. Maybe some would argue inside guys have an advantage. I don't know. What do you guys think?
I
You know,
haven't. I've never played on one, so I'm excited to see. But I can't. I see it being more, like you said, a little more fair across the board.
I found it like just I like the way it was, the setup was. So I went against Doug Allen. He's supposed to be pretty quick, right?
um, I wouldn't say he was the quickest. I mean, from what I saw, he
But
was
like,
like more of a power puller.
yeah. I mean, I thought he'd be quicker than me. He wasn't though. I was always to the punch. I just the way it's close your thumbs. There's no it's go. Like you really get. There's no loading into your fingers, so like you can just get your position quick, man.
Okay.
It's more or less quote unquote a driver's game, a driver's race to
Almost.
who gets started,
I
faster.
don't think it would favor the slower puller,
Okay.
but maybe I don't really know. Like when somebody's not, even if you're slower puller, if there's nobody loading into your hand, theoretically you should be faster. So
Theoretically, yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point. I like it. I mean, looking at it by way of, I do a lot of back pressure in my style. So having that runway,
yeah,
this looks very appealing to me.
well yeah, you're close your thumbs, close your hands, and you're gonna go to your move right away, right?
Exactly.
Nobody's feeling much.
I like
I
that.
remember when I was setting up initially for Doug Allen, he was driving more like sideways and loading
Mhm.
sideways. So, but the ref was like, I was just matching him, and then he pulled away. And then if you watch again, he kept doing it again. So then I just held him, and so we were in a bit of a fight. And then the ref's like, okay, guys, like let's go. And then I was already, I already had matched him. He couldn't do much, and now it was no load at all. So I could see in his, I could see in his demeanor that, oh shit, right now I don't feel anything. I just tried something and nothing worked, and now it's dead. It's dead hand. So it was like boom, boom, boom. So I don't know if it's a good idea to go up and fight your opponent right away.
Yeah.
Obviously, you're just going
No.
to get into your set grip anyways. So you might as well
I
conserve.
conserve the energy. I ain't gonna play the hand games.
Yeah,
I'm not there to play patty cake.
no.
Hmm.
And that's what I like about it. It skips all that wearing each other down in the setup, which I'm cool the other way too. My last two matches were that way in all my matches. So, and then obviously Mac 2 was the first time that style, but I like it.
Yeah. I don't want to be worn out before I actually get to arm wrestle. I want to be beaten because the guy's a better arm wrestler, not because they're better at playing hand games.
Yeah, so it'll really show who the better. I mean, it's different rules, but I think I like where it's going from somebody watching it as like a fan. You're not
Yeah.
sitting there going, "Holy, come on, like get this match going. Let's go." It's
I
close your
like
thumbs,
that.
close your hands, go.
Yeah.
Where
Now,
team,
as a competitor, do you feel like you were rushed, in the match or no?
not at all. I like it that way. I my training is the same way. I do my sets, I do my reps, quick little pace, boom, back, add weight, do another one. So like round one, boom, whatever. Next round, I'm already kind of in the motion. I'm ready again. I don't feel rushed. I like the way it is.
Sounds good, man. I
Especially if
like
you
that
win that
kind of.
first. Especially if you win that first match, boom, you're
Yeah.
right back up there. I think there's still. I think there's still a little bit in between too. I don't know what the time limit is though. I'd have to check if there's anything in the rules with the time limit between rounds.
Yeah.
There must
I
be.
think they maybe have like a minute in between rounds, possibly.
Yeah, I think so.
But I mean that's just to keep everyone safe at that point.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't say rushed. It settles
Um,
everybody. It settles you in, kind of. If you're not good at
yeah,
settling, it might not be as good for you.
Yeah.
Because
I,
if you're not settled in that setup, and you close your thumb, and they say close your hands, but you're not settled, the other guy might close his hands, and you might not close your hand, and then you might get a foul.
Yeah.
But you have three
and that
fouls, so
and
you
that
have
and
lots
that's
of
one of the
time
things I
to
was talking
settle
about.
it.
And then that's a running foul.
Yeah.
That's what I was talking about before. I do not like winning or losing on fouls. I want to win or lose in a decisive match based off of
There's
arm wrestling.
there's nothing worse than losing a match with an elbow foul, especially
Ah,
when you weren't pinned and you didn't
yeah.
even mean to do it, and it just went off a little bit or something like that. Those are the
Hmm.
irritating ones.
Those are the worst. Those are the absolute worst. It's happened to me a few times too.
They could
um,
eliminate, just make the pad a little bit bigger. That's all it is. Make the pad bigger. It's going to make better matches.
so real quick, pork chop. What's one piece of advice for someone just coming in, exploring the sport? What a newbie to the sport? What piece of advice would you give them?
Find a club, find a team, and go to practice and learn from everybody.
Sound advice right there.
Very
Yeah.
simple. Just simplify everything. I don't. My brain's like I got ADD, all that, where I'm thinking of 100 things a mile a minute. I've learned to kind of simplify things. Just do a few things and do it well.
Stick through the process.
I'm still learning, guys. I'm 7 years in. I'm still always learning. I always look at even my recent matches. I'm like, well, why didn't I do this? Why didn't I do that? That's just the way it is. You got to keep learning until finally it all comes together.
Yeah.
That, that makes complete sense to me. Now, we've been at this for almost an hour and a half. I do have one final question that I always love to ask everyone on the show. Doesn't have to do with arm wrestling. It actually has to do with you as an individual. What's one fun fact that not many people know about you that you wouldn't mind sharing with us?
A fun fact. Hmm. I don't even know if it's fun.
Or interesting. It doesn't have to be fun. It could be interesting. Something that's like, I never thought that this band would do this.
I was a goalie. I don't know if that's. I played
That's
net.
cool.
Yeah. I was a
For
goaltender
soccer
for
or
net.
hockey?
Hockey.
Hockey. Hockey. I could
You're
do
in
this.
Canada. You're talking to
I could
Canada,
do.
bro.
I could do the splits for a long
they're
time. I
born.
could
They're
do the
born to
splits.
play hockey.
I could do the splits at one time.
Really? I was
Yeah,
never that flexible. No,
I
I
could
could
do the
never do that.
splits, and I wrestled too. As a little kid, I was Canada East champion when grade three. I think I wrestled for 3 years as a child and a kid there, and I lost once by points and never was pinned. So there's your fun fact.
There you go. That's
But I
awesome.
quit wrestling because I hated the tights.
That's all hysterical. I love it.
uh,
But I would have made
So,
a good wrestler.
do you happen to have any other questions for us?
Oh, let me see if my brain's gonna work. I'm getting tired, lads. Oh, what do I got for you? So, what do you do for work, Daniel?
So, I am a licensed massage therapist.
Oh
I've
yeah,
been
that's
doing it.
right. You said that already. My
Yeah,
brain.
I've been doing it for 15 years.
Nice.
Before that, I was actually a cook.
Oh, sweet. Chefs are always good guys. Always treat your chef well.
Yeah.
And you do construction, right? You said.
yeah, I'm a union laborer by trade for 15 years, but I'm actually doing commercial garage doors for
Oh
the
yeah.
past year. I'm a mechanic for commercial garage doors, so it's nice. It's a different world. Still
Yeah.
construction, but different world. And I do catering actually on the side. I grill and I bartend when it's nice out here. So
Sweet. You
yeah,
know
I
how to
enjoy
mix
what I do.
cocktails.
Oh yes,
Nice. Nice.
cocktails, and I can cook, and I can do it all.
We
Yeah,
all we will have a cocktail together after Mac 3.
Absolutely, sounds good to me.
Well, it's gonna be on you guys because I don't partake. Feel free to do so. I don't partake in
We'll
anything. I've
get
been
you a
clean for a
mocktail,
little over a year
Danny.
now.
We'll get
Always
you a
celebrate
mocktail.
Mac more than
Mocktail.
before.
We'll
Uh,
put some we'll put an umbrella in a seltzer, and there you go.
There
there
you
you
go,
go.
buddy.
I'll take that. I'll take that.
There you are.
Well, I don't want to keep you any longer than you can. You're tired. You've been up since 3 a.m. I appreciate you taking the time out of your day to come on the show. I look
Yeah,
forward to
man.
meeting you in person, man. It's gonna be fun. We're gonna have a good
Yeah.
time.
Thanks for
Yeah,
having me on your podcast. Hopefully, we'll do more in the future. And yeah, man, pleasure meeting. What was your name again? I can't even see, but
Dan. I'm Dan
Dan. Both of
also.
you, everybody. I know you're Dan. No, the other guy.
Yep, we're all Dan's here.
We're all
You're all
Dan,
Dan.
so it
Jeez,
doesn't.
gee, that's how tired I am.
All you gotta do is yell out Dan when at the Mac event, and you'll have about 5 people pretty much say what.
Jesus, too many Dans, man. But yeah,
uh,
awesome meeting
all right,
you.
my man.
Talking to you.
Have a good night.
All right,
Have a good
thanks.
night, brother.
Yes.